We're back. So we're going to do a little mini series, and I'm going to show you how to do a full face, start to finish, of a specific look, but I'm going to break it down into little videos. So this video is strictly about skincare, primer, and foundation. It's going to be a little mini series, and I'll set them all up in a playlist so they're easy to find. Apparently, I talk with my hands. Whatever though. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so in terms of skincare, I will do a more in-depth video on skincare, different brands that I love, different products, how to apply, what to apply, when to apply, all that jazz. Right now I'm just going to prep my face a little bit. So I am using the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. So these are fantastic. They're very delicate, so you can exfoliate with them. You can tone and brighten. And I will say First Aid Beauty is my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have a lot of my products are from First Aid Beauty. The skincare is just chef's kiss. I am gonna go in with a toner just because I haven't used any. And I already did put moisturizer on, and I'm sorry I didn't show that. But it is shocking, First Aid Beauty. It's their Ultra Repair Cream. And it is honestly one of my favorite products. Not only for my face, but for everything else. So I get really bad eczema on my hands and also on my feet. Mainly my heels. And this cream is so intense and so incredible that it literally clears up my eczema. Like, my eczema was so bad, and I normally get it like in between my fingers. This cream is a godsend, honestly. Like, I go through probably like 4 or 5 containers of their cream a year, and it's huge. It's probably about the same size as the Facial Radiance Pads container, but the best. So next we're going to go in with primer. So this is the primer that I'm using today. It is from Michela, which is the same company that I get my foundation from. Just using it because it's honestly great. I'm sure you've all heard the saying before, it's a crime not to prime. And it's true. You know, primer helps kind of fill in your pores, blur your pores a little bit, gives a bit of a smoother finish to your foundation, keeps it long lasting, and just generally makes it amazing. You do have to make sure there's different kinds of primers. There's water-based, there's silicone, and if you don't have the proper foundation to go with that primer, it's not going to mix great. So that's one thing that I will say, and I think I have a video on foundation specifically that I did before where I kind of went more in depth with that. But yeah, just make sure that whatever base your foundation is, the primer has the same base. Otherwise, it won't work and it'll end up looking gross. Side note, I don't know if y'all can hear my children upstairs right now going cray cray. Apparently they're reenacting, you know that scene from Jumanji where there's a stampede? It's a stampede. Anyway, it sounds like a bloody stampede, but that's okay. They're having fun. And honestly, if you can't hear that through this video, be happy. So anyway, so I'm just getting my foundation here. So I did mention it previously, but I use the Michela foundation. I've been using it for a long time, actually. When I first tried it out, I fell in love with it, and I have been using it ever since. So I do mix 2 colors to get my preferred shade, because I'm kind of like the awkward in-betweeny, I call it, where I'm not really a summer shade, obviously, but my winter shade is weird. And while I'm applying my foundation, we're gonna chat about the best way to choose foundation, because the number one issue that people have is they can get a shade relatively right, but the undertone is wrong. So there's different types of undertones with each foundation, and you have to figure out the undertone for your skin in order to know which undertone to buy in a foundation. And then color matching is going to be so easy for you. For real. Okay, so I'm going to use this makeup brush. It's very similar to like a kabuki brush. If you know what one of those are, it's very compact, dense type brush. Another one of my go-tos though is a sponge, but this one's not clean, so we're gonna go in with the brush today. The one thing, if you are gonna use a beauty blender, make sure you really soak it in water. Like kind of rinse it out and keep filling it with water. And then when you're about ready to use it, you're gonna wring it out completely and then wring it out with paper towel or a clean towel. And because you don't want it wet, you want it moist. Can't even say that word without laughing because I'm 5. You want it damp. There you go. You want it damp. Okay. And doing that just prevents the sponge from soaking up a ton of product when you're using it. So we're going to go in with a little bit of foundation here. That was significantly more than I wanted. I apologize for coughing. I am currently dealing with bronchitis, which has been interesting. So we're just gonna cover this completely. Sorry, I had to cough. Like hack up a lung, but I'm good. So I just did half the face so you can see. So this is the foundation. Sometimes I do this just to check it's a decent color match because I'm weird. But you can see the difference. No foundation, foundation. Okay, it's really good. We're gonna use a little bit less this time. So we're just gonna apply it. The brush is really smooth. Any type of kind of compact brush like this. I'm not a huge fan of a foundation brush, something that would generally resemble more like this. I don't like using them. I find they're very streaky, like they leave streaks, almost like if you were to paint an entire wall with a paintbrush instead of a roller. That's probably the best way I can visualize that for you. So yeah, so we're just gonna go in here. May need a teensy bit more foundation. There we go, we're getting there. Perfect. So you can see it has really good coverage. Like, impressive coverage. This is why it's my favorite and why I use it every day, but that's okay. So yeah, so this is strictly just foundation. In the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to go over contour, blush, and highlight, and specifically how to do it, where to put it, all that jazz. Foundation's the easy part, you know? Yes, we were going to talk about how to choose your undertone. So, think of it like the easiest way I could describe it is how your skin reacts in the sun. So if you burn easily, you're more likely a cool undertone. If you tan easily, you're more of a warm undertone. And then if you burn, let's say like you burn once, but then you consistently tan, you don't burn again, you're more of a neutral undertone. So I'm a neutral undertone. So when you choose foundation, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them will have a C for cool, an N for neutral, and a W for warm. You can also ask people that work there, let them know your undertone. Once you know your undertone, your shade match will literally be perfect. That is the number one reason why people can't get foundation to match their skin, is they're getting the wrong undertone. Okay, so this is just the first little video in the makeup mini series, and I'm going to post one every day. So obviously if you're watching this today, tomorrow is going to be the next one. We're just going to break it up step by step and make it as easy as possible. So if you have any questions, concerns, whatever, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, turn the notifications on so you can see my face as much as you want. You're welcome. And I will see you tomorrow for the next video. Bye guys.